Greetings guys and welcome back to my channel. How are you doing tonight? Now in the previous video we talked about the Chaos War and the Dark Knights and how the Queen of Darkness stole the world away from the rest of the gods. So let's dive deep into the otherworldly dragons and the consequences of that theft. Without the power of the moon gods, and keenly feeling the absence of the gods' miracles, the mortals of Krynn found that they had to draw on other sources to work their magic. Dragons too noticed that their magic was failing. Gull dragon sages and green serpents alike knew that the threads of magic in the world have been disrupted. Indeed, while they were able to recover their powers long before the mortal sages could, the leeching of the magic by the trapped souls of Krynn was an impediment to their ability to cast spells and even to make use of their breath weapons. As if to add insult to injury, a visitor to the world arrived a few years after the end of the Chaos War. The visitor was Malistrix, an enormous red dragon who hailed from a world far beyond the realm of Krynn. The pass had been opened by Calandras hundreds of years prior, and with the tearing of Krynn from its moorings, any protective barriers that were maintained by the gods were gone. Malice discovered that this world, unlike her own, was populated by much smaller dragons that she could feed from their dying life essence in order to increase her own power. Dozens of other dragons followed Malice, and like her, sought to gather power from the Krynnish worms. Even some native dragons learned this vampiric process, and the so-called dragon purge began. Countless dragons, both chromatic and metallic, fell to the alien dragons, which grew bolted and tyrannical in nature. In the end, 6 had forged realms of their own on Ansalon, becoming the dragon overlords. Other lesser serpents took their own lands as dragon overlords, but they did not possess the grisly skull totems that gave the overlords mastery over the land, sea, and air. Malistrix reigned supreme as the chief of the overlords and called to an end of the purge, and any dragon who continued will face her wrath. Mortal heroes sought to end the despotic rule of the overlords, and a small group of them, the heroes of the heart, were able to slay the sea dragon Brain. Unfortunately, the terrestrial overlords were too well entrenched in their realms and far too strong for any mortal to overcome, even with the assistance of magical artifacts. It would take the power of a god to bring an end to one of these massive worms, and one god did indeed exist with the power to do so, and we all know who that one god is. So I hope you enjoyed this video guys, and we'll see you in the next one, the War of the Souls. Have a lovely evening.